Good, welcome back to Not in My Lifetime channel. 8 days later since the last stream. Apologies for that. It's been a bit of a week break, but we thought just Plymouth was a game that was we won, but apart from that, it was very much to talk about. Really, a game. We'll do a bit of a break, but we're back now. Obviously, Forest on Saturday. We'll go into that in a bit, but we'll get properly into it with Bevo. And also big up Steve, back on channel again, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, big up to you, boys. Like I say, it's great to come on your channel and it's great to talk with you. So appreciate that shout.
Awesome, man. No, it's good to be here. I mean, look, we'll go into like the game last week briefly. We've almost been off a few days anyway. We'll just sort of discuss the FA Cup anyway as a trophy. Obviously, it's quite important now to see with where we are at the moment in the season. But I mean, so the Bournemouth away is it 4:30 on Monday? That's the score final.
It's at the end of the month, isn't it? I know that much.
Yeah.
Don't know what time, mate, but it's always a tricky place to go.
I think someone was saying, I think someone was saying, it's 4:30 on a Sunday, and the last train to leave is the Bournemouth to Manchester is 6:30. Like, seriously, what are we doing there? Like, for someone like me, I get fine. I can probably get home quicker, but that's not the point. Like, you've got a club coming down from up north on a Sunday evening to the South Coast, right? Why would you not put the time? It's more trains and more transport to get people back. I don't understand why I can't just like listen to the fan situation. I know that's it, money, but come on, man, like common sense.
They're not actually doing the train strikes on Sundays, mate. No,
it's not even a train strike. I think it's the fact that it haven't even like given trains event yet on that Sunday. I think someone actually looked it up. The last train leaving Bournemouth to Manchester, 4:30. I think obviously like other trains, but the fact you got them keep moving around to get
that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm surprised there is actually trains because last time I heard was that every Sunday there was train strikes.
Yeah, I'll tell me about that. It's
which would be even worse, if you know what I mean. That would be even worse.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly, but I'll ask you both obviously because this we know how it is. Hasn't been great overall. Performances haven't been great. Injuries have been nice. You get into it over and over again. But FA Cup overall, how are you guys feeling now going into Bournemouth away? How do you feel about it?
What are you saying,
I'll let you take the wheel on this one, mate.
What am I feeling about Bournemouth? I don't feel good about Bournemouth, especially away. I think, can you imagine saying that back in the day, mate? I couldn't imagine that.
Mate.
Here we are, I'm saying it today. But you have to give the full credit to Bournemouth for that because Bournemouth ain't the Bournemouth of old. Got to give credit to their manager as well. They got some fantastic players in there, man. They got some physicality monsters, which is exactly the kind of, kind of spanner in our works this season when we come up against some kind of physical players, especially that Semenyo. They've got, they've got some really physical players there, which have caused us a lot of problems. But, hopefully going into this next one, hopefully it's not going to go the same way as the last one went when they beat us at their place, right? Which is obviously where we're going. So, and they beat us convincingly as well, which was worrying at the time. But certainly going into this, I mean, it's a bit of it's like a month away as well. So we got time. I'm hoping by the time that game comes around, it's going to be a different story. But like I say, if the last game's got anything to go off, then it's not going to be easy, man. It's not going to be easy. Like they were a great side that game, and even at the moment, they're quite high in the league. They deserve to be there. So
yeah, thanks.
The positive I'm going to take from it all is they're fighting for your European spot, so they might rest a few of their decent players. Like Kluivert might get a bit of a rest, but
he's a great player, isn't he, Kluivert?
He's top.
Holy. Bro, that guy's a problem, I think he's destined to get took up by a top 6 side.
Oh, class,
destined. Have you seen the way he strikes? I think he's in terms of a strike of the ball, I think he's got one of the most cleanest strikes in the league at the minute this season. Yeah. Every time I see that guy shoot, he shoots with venom.
It's mad to think because he's played at Roma, Leipzig, and Ajax and many other teams in the past, but he never really got anywhere. Like he was kind of like
up and down. Was it Dortmund? Was it Dortmund?
I think it was Dortmund, but I know he was at a lot of different clubs. But then
he was at some top club before he went to Bournemouth.
Yeah, but
the guy's got a good CV, man. Good CV.
Yeah, and he's finally hit the ground. He's finally hit his hit. Well, not there's a hit. I think he's still got a long way to go still. I've got how good he is, but he's just one of them. I think the whole team, though. I mean, I look at Dean Huijsen, Sabani at the back. I mean, you got Kirkej at left back. They have I just remember is that Adam Smith on the right and Daniels at left back. They have a proper League One defenders, isn't they? At one point, now they've got a proper.
They've got workhorses as well in the midfield, mate, which is a big thing.
As
well as like not having the names, like you say, Lewis Cook. They've got the workhorses, man. Which as long as you got them guys that are willing to do the hard yards, you can go somewhere in this game.
Which we used to have.
It's what we used to have, mate, and it's what we don't have. It's particularly anyway. So that's why they're not easy to play against. When you go to the Bournemouth here, Vitality Stadium, is it? When you go there, I always remember what particularly stood out to me in that last game. The pitch was so small, guys, very damn small. I'm looking at this pitch here, and I'm like, I can see our boys struggling here because we prefer a big pitch to spray the ball around and keep the ball moving. But it was almost like a five-a-side pitch at times, guys. It was.
Well, I could be wrong again, but I think City have got the widest pitch in the Premier League.
Of course we have, man. We got the biggest pitch, bro. Of course.
Yeah.
And they've got the smallest for sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, even in previous years when we went now, obviously we won at 4-1 and we've done really well in previous years. But there's times where we had to get a last minute winner. There at times, because especially is it a Sterling's goal, where he deflected goal to win the game in his ensuing season. But Bournemouth have always been a tough team to play against. I think now under Iriola, they're a great team. I think they've got such a great core of players that even Tavernier on the bench, he's got a good goal on that, off the bench and that, and they've got Evanilson and Unal when they're both fit. They've got Dango, another player that scores hat tricks and gets the goal here and there. They've got some good players that can punish us if we're not careful. And when we look at what we've got, I mean, obviously we've got talented players like Echevarri obviously coming in. Marmouche and that, but
he's a big name that we're going to have to talk about today, isn't he? Echevarri?
We have to 100%. We're going to have to talk about Echevarri. But the thing is with us, right? We've got good players, but we haven't really got it worked out yet. We're kind of trying to mix things around, find what works. Obviously, because we've had to go from one team to another. And it's I get how it is. It's one of those people who just have to sort of just accept that it's going to be probably look great this season. But we rely on Haaland and that certain player to step up at certain points, and just get over the line. Then I'm fine with it. But I think for me, Husanov's been brilliant. I think again, he's been honestly the best player I think out of the players that come in. I mean, Mamouche got a hat trick at Newcastle, fine. Apart from that, not so much. But again, I trust him to be a good player for us long term. Need to give him a bit of time because he's mixing around the team a lot. Pep he needs to start playing a more of a get of injuries as well. But if you can play a settled team, if you can, it'd be ideal. But Husanov for me has been brilliant. He's just shown that.
Yeah, I was just going to say Husanov for me. He's a mix of everything that you want in a defender. He's got the pace of what Kyle Walker had. Obviously not as fast. But
I don't know, Bevo, you might be.
Close.
This guy's crazy,
you know what? He's close.
Yeah.
Especially recovery pace. Recovery pace is rapid. So he's got the pace of a Kyle Walker. He's got the passing ability of a John Stones. And he's got the aggression and the tackling of someone like an Otamendi or a Diaz.
Diaz.
He's the full package.
Where did we find this guy from? Where did this guy come from?
Not just sideways
unbelievable player.
Long pass as well.
He'll do a diag, no problems.
Yeah.
You want a diag, he'll play a diag. If you want a progressive pass along the floor through the middle of through to midfield, he'll do it. Honest to God, we need to build the defense around this guy because I'm telling you. He is going to be some serious problem.
Agreed on that one. Now he's just got the he's got the confidence in himself. Obviously at the start it was a bit dodgy on that first game, but since that mistake he's just
the most voted for player of the month in City history.
Big up Uzbekistan. Big up Uzbekistan. And But it's refreshing
It's
to have
nice.
someone. It's refreshing to have someone like that on defense again. Because I mean, look, don't get me wrong, right? Obviously, when everyone's fit, you see obviously players like Diaz, Ake, and the Stones playing really well at the back. But it's just to have someone like Husnov who's young and has got a lot to prove. He's showing that he's hungry to keep getting better and still improving. And obviously, Vitor Hayes, obviously, we see a little bit of. He's shown some decent signs. Obviously, he's a bit more before we can sort of decide on him. But
I agree. I was just going to touch on Race where you were talking about him.
Yeah.
Against Plymouth, it's quite obvious that he has good passing abilities. Like he is a ball playing defender. Like you can just tell by the way he plays. But I want to see a bit more progressive passing from him. In that Plymouth game, I saw too many crab type passes. It was just very sideways and very backwards. Like he has the ability to play these balls into midfield and make progressive passes. So just do it more.
You know what I think? What one big thing is on that, Bevel, bro. With Hayes, yeah, like I think he's come up against not easy teams to come up against, man. I know on paper, yeah, he's come up against the easiest teams the easiest fixtures we've had.
Yeah, but look at Husinov. You couldn't have got any harder.
I know, but what I'm saying is, bro, yeah, because he has had easy fixtures, Hayes, but like when you play against them teams, though, the way they play, it's difficult to break down, isn't it? So they've been like, low ass blocks. So the way them teams have played.
Just like to see a risk now and again.
Yeah, well, and I think, bro, I think we're gonna see more like sort of progressive passing from him when we come up against a better team that are a bit more expansive. You know what I mean? Yeah. But rather than these low blocks like Plymouth and the other game that he played in, I think we're gonna see more of him against better opposition, bro. But I get your point, man.
Every single team that we come up against play a low
doing
block.
Doing that. I know what you mean.
If you can't learn to do it against a Plymouth, how are you going to do it against a Liverpool? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just take a risk now and again. Even if it doesn't come off, I'd rather try something like that and be like, do you know what? I tried. I get that it's probably a confidence thing as well at the moment. He doesn't want to.
Because he's not at the most of game time as well, innit? He's fighting for scraps, isn't he? So like when he's on, the last thing he wants to do is lose the ball. Because it's like, oh shit, I'm playing for Pep Guardiola. If I lose the ball here, I might not see the pitch again. So that's what might be in his head as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's got actually. This gonna load. He's got actually a City fan, but it's just. I know he's often in Alf streams, but big up, mate. We are all good. Don't worry. Monday, ignore that. That was just a miscommunication on both everyone's front there.
Hey, look, nobody's looking for an argument, mate. I don't go on Twitter looking for an argument. It is what it is. Stuff happens. It's all good though. I don't think Luke would have me on if I wasn't so chill anyway. I am.
No. And Al's Belgium, mate. Belgium, what we say over here is different how it says in Belgium or Germany. I know that myself.
Yeah.
So,
and big up Alf as well. I spoke to Alf if it makes Arteta's mighty guy feel any better. I spoke to Alf in DMs and we're all good. So big up.
It's just everyone's. Remember, like, especially people who aren't from this country. Like, when you say "Are you insane?" It's not actually asking "Are you actually insane?"
he's from Moss Side. He's always up for a scrap.
It's not how it looks.
That's a Stella in his hand.
Yeah, see what's going on here, boys. You got me on here to bully me, innit? I might leave the camera off now.
But no, look, it is what it is. Like, I think the thing is, right? I mean, look, obviously, we know what's going on with the fan base right now online, man. I mean, we've all seen it, how it's going down there, all the different debates and that, and it's getting really personal as well sometimes, which is just not on, man. Like, we got to stop this. We really do, because
it's like my tweet the other day. Like, I put a tweet out the other day just saying, like, basically, listen, lads, like, this is the worst I've seen the fan base in I think ever. Like, for you've got the old ones arguing with the young ones, you've got the young ones arguing with the old ones arguing with the old ones, and the young ones arguing with the young ones. So everyone's just arguing at the moment. Like, and when the club's going through probably one of the worst periods in the club's history over the last maybe 20 years. Like
since the takeover, yeah, definitely, I reckon. Since the
takeover. We all need to stick together, and we understand. Like we should understand that we're not going to win the league every year. Like that's not going to happen. But people, it's just turning toxic, man. It really, really is turning toxic. And then the next comment was like, "Oh, it's a game of footy. It's not a cult." And it's like, you what? Like, just get, it's just people, man. Like, just chill. It's not really not that deep game of football.
This is another thing that people are going about, and I've seen it on Twitter, and I've seen all the people commenting saying this is whatever, and the blue wall. I mean, I'll be honest with you. As soon as I saw that, I thought, we're not Borussia Dortmund. What are we doing here? I know you want to do a massive big stand. I'm all for us being able to giving people in, but the fact that we're not even getting season ticket holders in there or new season tickets in the first place.
I was saying off air to you, the thing that takes the piss more than anything, is full well that rival fans are going to absolutely rip the shit out of City for this. And, because we're now comparing ourselves to the Yellow Wall, which I've sat in the Yellow Wall, and it's one of the best experiences you could probably have as a football fan. It's incredible. But full well that we're now saying, the blue wall and that, and it's going to be rammed full of tourists, and you're gonna have the likes of Arsenal and United and Liverpool fans and whoever else going, oh, look at City trying to be Dortmund and trying to have this yellow, their blue wall, and so it's just another reason for clubs to take the piss out of us. Like it really is.
Yeah,
like we're really helping ourselves at the moment, like at all.
I can only hope, I can only pray, I can only hope that City have got something mad up their sleeves here. There's no chance of this happening, by the way. There might be a 5% chance of this happening. But I just hope that the City got something up their sleeve, and that is, that they plan to do something really good with the seating allocations, with who they're going to have in this blue wall. Because that's the only way that they can sell it. I mean, they've talked a big game at the minute. They're calling it the blue wall. So let's see it then. Do you know what I mean? And if they don't show us, something good here, then they're gonna make themselves look like fools, like you've been saying, man. And the rival fans, they're gonna eat it up, mate. They're gonna eat it up. I can only hope, that they're gonna seat some real, kind of fans in these seating allocations. But I doubt it.
It's hard enough being a City fan anyway. You get ripped to shreds for the smallest of things. Even if you're on an 18-game win streak, if you lose 1-0 to a Wolves, full well you're getting ripped to shreds. Like any opportunity that the media and any other fan base can have on us, they're taking it. Like it's hard, it's stressful enough being a City fan without us doing stuff like this. Like we're just not helping ourselves.
We're really not, no. But there's a reason. Joe, what? You're actually not far off, mate. Because the thing is, like, they're going to do their best to make it look good, to make it look like it's actually a good thing. And look, I'm not against the club expanding the stadium. It's good. But if we're going to do this, you can't lose the core fan base, like the ones that have been going. Not necessarily the ones that have been going recently, but the ones that have been going for years and years and years, like from Main Road and even like the start of them. Like, if you lose that core fan base, you lose what we are. Like, again. Me and Steve are very young in this game. Better been a bit older than us, but even so,
we're not even... chill out.
I'm just joking, mate. But no, but the reality is,
little does you know that me and Beba were the same age. I have no idea how old anyone is, but
no, but you definitely ain't as old as me, kid. You ain't got the wrinkles yet. Do you know what I mean?
I've got good moisturizer, mate. That's all I've got.
Yeah, well, but no, like if you lose the core fan base, it just becomes a day tripper tourist event. Like you can't, like, for me, right? The game that does something perfectly, like last season, even we didn't win the Champions League or whatever, but in the run-in towards the end of the season, when the fans are there supporting the team in the run-in, like when you have that support behind you, it helps you so much. And the players will say it as well, how much it helps them. Having people that like when Haaland got a penalty against Madrid and he scored it down the south stand, when you saw the amount of people with cameras and like selfie sticks in that south stand in that corner, it makes you just think, what are the club doing? Like, how is a day tripper getting in there? That should not be that should be more of a threat. If you're a fan of the club, obviously if you're a membership, but this is where for me, right? Obviously, I'm someone who's using the membership anyway, so I know. So obviously, for me, obviously, I kind of get it, but I actually, for someone like me, if I get to get for, obviously, it's great, but it's the fact that everyone can abuse it so easily. That's what I don't like, because people just get membership and buy how much it costs, like 30 quid something like a year, and they get a chance to get tickets off it. I just don't understand why it's so easy to get into games like that when it shouldn't be at all.
No, it's crazy, bro. Like the South Stand's not what it used to be, bro. The South Stand used to be a magical place to be. You know, I used to love going there and singing, but now it's like, you know, if I even in the South Stand, yeah, if I sing now, yeah, it's like I'm looked at like I'm an alien. It's like people are looking, because there's so many, there's family members in there. There's dads with their little kids in there. It's not what it used to be. And like I say, man, I can only hope they rejuvenate something with this new. It's in the North Stand, though, isn't it? The expansion. Well, so I can only hope that in the North Stand, you know, they do something nice with it. The new
stand is where the family stand used to be, and I think the family stand should be kept. Well, maybe not now. Maybe move the family stand round to where the South Stand is, and move all the South Stand fans round to the North Stand. That's what I think should happen, and then just
they're gonna have to do something, bro. They're gonna have to do something if they want to get a better atmosphere, because it's only got worse now. And the atmosphere, it used to be special near the away fans as well, right, where the South Stand is. Yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do, man. But they need to do something, bro. And it's not. They might
even move the away fans. You know, they might even move the away fans over to buy that stand as well, because you know, the way that they'll probably see it is, if they've got travelling away fans coming over for a game or whatever, sending them to the North Stand, they're right by the hotel, so it'll be an opportunity for them to sell like hotel rooms to the away fans as well.
That's a good thought, mate.
The thing is, I can't really argue this, because the problem is, Pep wants the atmosphere to be better, and I'm all more for that myself. I want to be better as well, especially in big games. The problem is, stop having a go at the fans, Pep. Have a go at the guys in the boardroom, because at the end of the day, right, they're the ones that are doing these prices and doing it the way it is. If you want the fans to go week in, week out and be there for home and away, you got to make it fairer for everyone, really. And the problem is, when you start like just not say anything about the guys above you who are making the decisions, then it won't change anything. It's not going to change anything at all, and I can't see us getting any better. And I mean, I know obviously, especially I mean, big up Lewis, but bringing the Blues, especially the whole season ticket thing and the meeting between the fans was obviously being delayed again. It does mark a smokescreen, because it's just, why they're delaying a meeting again.
Well, they're delaying it because they don't know if we're going to be in League 2 or not.
Don't start with that.
Oh God!
you can't have £900 to £1,000 a season ticket for a League 2 match, can you? Do you know what I mean?
I tell you what I think, Bevel. If you want to go down that road, mate, yeah, I think they do know. I think they know that we're going to be all right. I think.
I'm just trying to spice it up for the rivals. Do you know what I mean?
Well, let me spice it up even more and tell you that I think that Man City know that we're not guilty already. I think they know this.
It, because there's been talk over the last sort of 48, 72 hours that the Premier League lawyers are confident. I think Sam Lee put a thing out to say that the Premier League's lawyers are confident.
Confident about what?
About the charges outcome.
About getting us guilty.
Yeah. I think Sam Lee put it out. But then I've heard on the flip side that City are also really confident in.
Yeah. Did you hear that laugh then from inside me? That was Caldoon that laughing. My inner Khaldoon just came out.
The Premier League were confident that they could sort out the APT shit, and that got put back again. So,
yeah, look, this whole ticket thing, right? Look, I imagine, and I might be right here. I do think it might be because of the 115 thing. Maybe they focus on getting that out of the way. Then they're doing it. But then obviously, I hope that they actually do have the meeting before they do season tickets. But obviously, it's March. Well, the thing is, it's March the 6th now. I keep thinking at the moment that we'll hear about it when it's the break. I can't see it being
international breaks probably when it'll happen.
Yeah, unless it's leaked. But I doubt that'll
But
happen
then
anyway.
the other, well, they're not allowed to, are they? They're not allowed to leak it because it's
legal, isn't it?
It's all been done behind closed doors. So when the results happened, then we will know. But I think that we can appeal, like either the Premier League can appeal it or we can appeal it.
Yeah.
So whatever decision that you hear might not be the end result. It could be the case of, City have been found innocent, and the Premier League appeal it, and it'll be City are found innocent again. Or it might be, we're found guilty and City appeal it. So I think we're still time off finding what the end result is actually going to be, because appeals, even though once the results come out, but appeals can still change things if lawyers think that they can maybe use a certain bit to their advantage or something.
Yeah. The only thing is though, Bevel, as well, if what our guy says is correct, you can't appeal against irrefutable evidence, right? If the evidence is irrefutable, then it's unappealable. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and I trust him, bro. I really do trust him. I
think as fans, we have to. They've given the board, and granted, the board have cocked it up a little bit over the last sort of season or two, but all in all, they've given me the best years of my life as a football fan.
Well said, my guy.
And I don't think it could ever be matched. I wouldn't change my journey for anyone's. I've supported.
We've had the best journey anybody can ask for in football, bro. The best journey, bro. It's crazy, man.
I mean, I supported City in '99. When we were in the playoff line, and now I've seen us go from playing teams like Gillingham to the Burnabout.
It's crazy to even say out loud, isn't it?
Yeah, and taking Real Madrid back to our place and absolutely slapping them 4-0. Do you know what I mean? We made Real Madrid look like Gillingham.
By the way, guys, I'm just getting someone that's on Patrick's streams. Mateus, he just messaged me asking if he can come on, and so I'll have a quick say about the North Stand. He's is he ticket holder?
So,
no problem, my bro.
I was just setting the link, so he'll be on the bit.
Yeah,
big up
Arteta as well in the chat there, saying some nice words. Shout out to you.
Nah, that's good. Yeah, I'll get to it in a bit. Yeah. The problem is, right, Sam Lee, right? He's something. Basically, the journalist is a rock and a hard place. Because when the club's I'm not, this is why I'm not a journalist myself. I couldn't do that because actually he's here now. Actually, big up, bro. You right?
Yeah, man. You good?
Yeah, all good, man.
Yeah. I was just listening to the stream, and just felt like I would jump on and just give my opinion on the whole thing that's going on.
It's cool. No worries, man.
Yeah.
Big up, Mateus, man. Big up.
Yeah, how's everyone, man?
You're all good, man. We're all good.
Good, my bro. Nice one, man.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Chilling.
Yeah. So what's happening with this stadium expansion announcement and whatnot? Because listen, it's a bit weird because our main problem is the way the season, literally the ticket price is going up. Because I remember just after we came out of the lockdown, we got a message from the football club saying that they would put a cap on ticket prices for at least a year or minimum a year or 2 years, obviously just helping out people like coming out from because most of the fans, people who work in hospitality, they start losing their jobs because they have a job. So the club was saying that we want to try to help the fans as much as they can. So they would put a cap on the ticket prices, especially season tickets. But it never happened. It never did. It goes up 5% every single year. And people say, "Oh, it's only an extra 50 quid." That's not the main issue. The main problem is, when are we going to start allowing like ticket prices just going up every single year, whilst like people are facing a lot of financial difficulties year after year? When are you going to come where the club is going to start looking after the fans?
I was just going to say, you can understand in a way, if it's going up with the rate of inflation at like 3% year on year, you could kind of accept that and be like, okay, well, fair enough. As everything's getting more expensive, you understand that like 3% is probably about right. But when you're talking like 5-6%, like double the rate of inflation year on year, like how is that acceptable?
Yeah, because bear in mind, in 2014 and 15, it gone up 10%. Both seasons, they reduced it to 5%. But now it keeps going up to 5%. And I always keep bringing that to people. I know there's like, my first season ticket was £325. I'm paying 775.
That must have been a long time ago, bro. 320 quid. That sounds hella cheap.
I get it. I get it.
99 quid. 99 quid.
I was 18. I was my teenager years. I'm 21. But as soon as I hit 25, but still, it's expensive, bro.
Yeah.
Mine was 99 quid when I.
Bevel, that's crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy.
Nice.
And this is going.
Because you need to consider it. That's only for 19 games at home. Yeah, babe, you need to consider that's only for 19 games at home. If you want to go away, you have to spend for train tickets, food, drinks. In the course of a year, you end up spending 2 to 3 grand.
Easy.
That's like a mortgage deposit.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, I was talking to Luke off air about it. If you say you've got a wife and 2 kids or whatever, and you want to take your 2 kids to football every week, just one kit now is like 100 quid for a kid's kit. So you're talking 200 quid there for that, and then 80 quid for your own top. You're talking 300 quid on kits before you've even bought a single ticket.
That's not even the worst part. The worst part is kids wants the whole kit. They want socks. They want shorts.
They want the away kit.
Goalkeeping kits as well. I'm like, goalkeeper. Why do you need
just 3 kits is like
it's mad. It's mad. And if you see like on match day, back in the day, it used to be like when you during big fixtures, but now on the weekend, it's not even about big fixtures anymore. Even when we play like teams in the lower the table, the store shop is just mad. The queue in there is absolute mad.
Yeah,
people just spend mad dough, like buying merch. No wonder this club releases like 4 kits a year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's one kit they release, like there's always one they release, and they only use in one match and they forget it, but they force people to buy it. This year they done the PR with the Oasis thing, just to sell that kit. And how many times did we use that in the football?
Twice was it? PSG and we lost. Oh, Drew lost. Yeah,
Drew. How many people use that kit? It's mad. It's absolute, bro. Like 5. I've put in my mind. As soon as it hit 1,000, I've been going to match for 14 years, but as soon as it hits £1,000, I'm done. Because it can't continue. Do you know what I mean? It can't, because when you're allowed just accepting, it's fine. It becomes to a point where the clubs start taking the piss as well.
Yeah, you know what I think is going on here, boys. Yeah, and tell me if I'm wrong, right? Let me tell you what I think is going on here. So, Manchester City, they do not need the money, right? They do not need to do these 5% extras every year. But what they're doing is, they're trying to they're doing it for the books. So for the PSR, this PSR that the Premier League have brought in all these years ago now, right? They have to match. They have to make their books look good. Now the way to do that is by doing making more revenue, and they're making more revenue by increasing the ticket prices. So they don't actually want to do this, but they're doing it to compete with the PSR, to make better PSR, so they can go and make more, more transfers and whatnot. But it's all a farce, man. It's all
You say
it's the Premier League's fault, bro. It's the Premier League's fault.
But when the new event arena opens up and when the hotel opens up, are they going to put a pause on season ticket prices then? No, they'll jump it up again another 5%.
They'll keep doing it, bro. Because
the problem is, the way I see it, ST, I've got a different opinion. We've got like the Etihad right now. It's like is it around 54, 56k seats, yeah, and we've got 36k season ticket holders. For the club like Manchester City, the way as a business, we've got too many season ticket holders.
Yeah.
When you go to clubs like Manchester United, Liverpool,
there's no profit in it.
Right.
Yes, they down to 24k,
right.
and Manchester United go more seats than us. Their location is way bigger, so they try to literally reduce that 36 to 30 or 28. So, but how do you reduce that? It's literally
make it more expensive,
Make it more expensive.
If you think about it, if you're buying a season ticket for every Premier League home game, you're buying it at a set price, which is a reduced price from what you would pay per match, because you're buying it in bulk. If you don't have a season ticket, the club can charge you 60, 70 quid a game. But if you do it over the course of the season and you buy the 19 Premier League home games, it works out as something like maybe 52 quid or something. So they're losing like 18 quid each time for each ticket. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let's say,
so there's no profit in it for them.
Let's say we play Real Madrid tomorrow, yeah? If you're a season ticket holder, let's say it's a Champions League, the direct debit will cost you 70, 75 quid. If you go and get a ticket from general sales, you pay for 200 quid. And imagine you've got when is a big match like Real Madrid, there's a lot of people, they buy like 4 tickets and they're gonna go on the store outside and spend like a towel. There are families in there coming from America, they would spend like $1,000 just on a day. That's the type of fans the club wants. They don't want me or you just go out there, put your phones in there, scan it, get inside, sit down, get behind the team. As soon as the final whistle comes up, get up, go home.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, bro, you're absolutely right. Because when I go, I ain't even trying to buy a hot dog, bro. Because a hot dog is too expensive. So
they're like 6 quid. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man.
You're not spending any money on your concourse. You're not buying any merch. Why do they want you there?
Most of them I go Mary D's or Townley, whatever, before the game. Then I go.
That's where my money's going, Luke.
You
got spoons at Piccadilly, yeah. You got spoons in there, and you buy a pint for 3.6. Do you know what I mean? And the ground is double the price.
I'm going over to the Mackie D's before the game, across the road, and getting a few bevies in from Asda.
You got Tesco, Aldi, like you buy a 4-pack, like the Cater, which is like $2.50.
Yeah,
like 4 beers, and you just drink.
I'm thinking 6 before I go in, because then it's not costing me half as much.
Yeah, that's literally what I do. I buy a pack of 4. I walk all the way to the ground and just drink the 4 beer. I generally stop buying beers in the ground because it's mad expensive.
It's crazy, bro.
And the funny thing is they keep changing the policy every single season, because I remember years ago, it used to be you have to go at least 12 matches a season. Now they changed to 14. They're going to change again to 16. If you notice, whenever you miss a game, the first thing that comes up in the morning is a text message. Bang! You missed that game. It's just a reminder. You have to go you make sure you need to go to attend at least 14 games, otherwise you won't be able to renew your season ticket. Every single morning, if you miss a game, bang, the text message is in there.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's mad. They literally just playing with your mind that you have to attend every single game. Because I told this story to Martin a few years ago in 2016. I had a car accident, and I couldn't attend any more football matches. I had a car accident before Christmas, literally 3 days before Christmas, and I was in a mad place. I was in a really bad place where I had to seek help and whatnot. I literally spent the next 4 months without literally attending games, just talking to people, you know, because it was a mad shock to me. And I spoke to the club and I told them, like, I can't attend the games because this is what happened. And they took like a few weeks to reply to my email. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, no problem. At the end of the season, they were trying to. I wasn't able to renew my season ticket. That was for 17. That was 16-17, just when Pep came. And I couldn't renew my season ticket because I didn't meet the criteria. I didn't attend the 14 games at the time. I told them, no. The reason I didn't attend, I've got the receipts or the emails that I sent to you because I went through this situation and I couldn't attend. But it was mad. They were trying. No, you won't be able to renew my season ticket. I was like fighting the battle with them to the point to where I only managed to attend the game in November that season. It was mad. It was mad. The club, this football club, yeah. I get it. It's a business, but at the same time, Manchester City is a different football club. Whether people like it or not, we're never going to be Arsenal. We're never going to be Manchester United. We literally, a football club where we look after the community, we look after the fans, and the way the football club is going, it's worrying. Not just for me, especially for the new fan base, for the new lads, because there's a lot of young lads. They go to every single European games away, especially away, and they don't feel looked after by the club. And this is the scary thing now. It is really scary. Listen, you just have to wait to watch the club. I've seen the tweets where they're keeping delayed with the meeting with the City Matters and whatnot. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen.
We need more transparency and communication, don't we? You know what I mean?
No,
we need more communication from the club.
West Ham and Liverpool, they've just announced their season ticket prices for next season.
Yeah, Newcastle as well.
We usually get the announcement end of March. In 2 weeks, they will announce it, and the season tickets going up. And
so we're going to see what's going to happen, yeah?
Yeah. And what's going to happen is the way I see, you know, the level 2 all across the ground, they're going to put that as just corporate for the boxes. And
as a what?
They put all the seats as a corporate.
Oh, corporate, yeah.
Yeah. Just for boxes in there. And they will start emailing people just to change seats allocated to different places. The North Stand, for me, listen, that's
going to be open when around next season is the North Stand going to be open, guys?
It's around 26, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
it's New Year, isn't it?
New Year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So are they going to be releasing season tickets for that?
No, they're not. They're not giving out full season tickets.
No,
they've already come out and said that they're not. Just because the stand's getting bigger, they're not issuing any more season tickets.
That was
they'll do their best to reduce the amount.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of people they want season tickets, but at the end of
the
day,
the waiting list is crazy as well, isn't it? We all know that what the waiting list is.
I'm on there. I
was on there for like 4 years, bro.
Do we have a waiting list? Because we never used to have a waiting list. It was just because I remember, like, you used to have a membership or match day membership, and they would use that. They would look at that, how many games you used to attend, and if you used to attend for a certain amount of games, they would just offer you to join season ticket, but that was years ago, man. I don't know how it works now. But listen, we sold our soul to the devil, didn't we? So yeah.
Bro, this is the price you pay for being a big club in it these days, man. Isn't it, man? We sold our soul to the devil.
Listen, we got
Trust
Erling Haaland.
me.
We got Erling Haaland.
Newcastle will be the exact same, by the way. Newcastle will be the exact same in a few years' time. And Everton not nowhere near right now, but you don't think that crowd is going to be a higher hardy price down the line, then this is what these clubs do. They want these new grounds so they can price the teams up at a ridiculously rate when they're really and they want it because that's what it is now.
Look at Bournemouth, yeah. Bournemouth season ticket is like 1,300. Like,
that's
bro,
crazy,
Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? Like Fulham, 1,200.
How much is Arsenal? Because that's supposed to be the most expensive in the league, isn't it?
$2
How much
grand?
is Arsenal?
Yeah,
$2 grand.
Is it $2 grand?
Yeah, and Arsenal's like 1.8 or something like that. Even Tottenham.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, Tottenham.
they don't even win anything. They don't even see any sort of trophies.
Sending shots, you know.
Bro, they still pay for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The way,
But the problem is, the issue is, mate.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, sorry, go on. You go.
Yeah, and the problem is, yeah, we like. I know, like it might sound silly, but the problem is, like in London, you earn more than like we're from the north. Like our average salary is like 24 grand. In London, there's like they own like in the 30s, 28. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, you shouldn't be paying more than like 30 quid to watch a football match.
No.
Yeah.
Well, some fan did a breakdown of it. I forget what Premier League team he supported, but he worked it out to go and watch like a match in his team. You know, with train costs and food costs and all that. He worked it out as being like 150 quid for the day or whatever. He actually got a flight over to the Milan derby, watched the Milan derby, had a hotel there for the night, and come back for less than what he would have paid to go 20 minutes down the road.
Crazy. It's crazy how like European games, especially flights when you get them for the right price. It's mad. It's mad what you can do.
Look at Newcastle. Bro,
Right
look at
now,
Newcastle.
You're about 18 quid. Do you know what I mean? It's cheaper than
trains. Train tickets are
look,
like ridiculous over the time.
Look at Newcastle. Newcastle, like their fan, I always pick them up, but their fan base, yeah, they travel all around the country. They literally have to go everywhere. Like in London, they have to go 8 times. They have to go to Arsenal, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Brighton,
Fulham.
Do you know what I mean? Bro, they have to go.
Brentford.
I think the shortest like distance they go to like Leeds, and they're not even in the Premier League anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, every game for them is a mooch, isn't it? That's crazy.
And look at their fans; they're so passionate. They really care about the football club.
Yeah, they've got a great fan base for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
We do as well.
Teams in the north typically have very, very good fan bases, you know, typically from the north.
Yeah, even Man City, even ourselves, we generally do have a great fan base. But at the end of the day, if the club doesn't start looking after the fans, they'll just say, no, I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to think, guys, like a long time ago, when United were at their pomp, you know, we used to call them their fans in school, we used to call them like glory hunters. And it's just the way of the world, guys, because if you have glory, you're gonna get hunters, so to speak. You know what I mean? It is what it is, guys. You know,
you have to travel from Northern Ireland. Do you know what I mean?
As your team grows, as your team grows, your fan base grows as well. It's just a natural, it's just a natural way of life, and unfortunately, whether you like it or not, guys. If you're from Manchester, if you don't like it, whether you like it or not, you have to accept it because otherwise, what do you want to do? Not win anything? That's the only way that you're gonna stop generating more fans is just stop winning things. So as long as we win things, we're gonna keep making more fans, guys, and it's just the way of the world.
The only problem is with it all is you are losing the atmosphere in the stadium by doing that. You really are, like,
especially when we go, like, when we sign international players, you're gonna have international fans. Let's say the young lad who just signed, the centre half.
Yeah.
You go now in the ground, you see a lot of banners from his country in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. There's a part of me inside me. I love to see it in a way because I say I was there when my club was shit, and so for me now, when I'm seeing foreign fans gas us up, I'm like, wow, this is my club. I don't, you know what I'm saying, guys? It's like it kind of makes me proud in a way. Like when I go in the comment sections on Instagram and I'm seeing all these Uzbekistanians guys, I'm like, wow, like my club is really big. You know,
when we signed David Silva and Aguero, we used to have a lot of Argentinas banners outside in the ground.
Yeah. Listen, here's the biggest one for you guys. When we first got the Sheikhs, do you remember we used to have guys going dressed as Sheikhs?
Yeah,
he used to dress as I'm like,
man.
You know what I mean?
Take us back to the days where we were sticking purple dildos on Sky Sports.
Who was that now? Who was that?
Who was that?
It was Martin.
I'm pretty sure he's a content creator though.
I think he is, yeah.
I can't remember who it is.
Days, man, where we just used to have a laugh.
I know, and is it the John Stones thing where you have? I'm not sure.
Liam Gallagher.
Liam Gallagher,
isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Take
it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Steve here, right? I mean, I've been going to Greece for holiday with the family for a few years now, right? And whenever I went beforehand, I saw the kits in the obviously on an island, obviously in the main city, right? I always saw Barcelona, Madrid kits, and maybe like the odd like Chelsea United kit.
United.
Right? Yeah. When I went in 2022, I saw a Haaland kit. I was like, oh wow, it's happened. Because don't wrong, I know they've had Sergio, Kev, Silva, but they were great players, but they weren't world superstars yet. They were getting to that level. Yeah. Haaland was probably our first ever world superstar we signed, we knew who he was. Straight away when you sign someone, the notoriety you get worldwide in like random markets and that's when you know the club's quite massive.
I remember that, but years and years before when we signed Robinho, because I think for me, growing up, I think the first massive player I think I ever saw us sign was Robinho. Because
absolutely, bro. I remember the day, Bevo, man. I remember the day, bro.
That was mad.
Yeah, that to me felt like that was when we made it, because we signed a player from Real Madrid, and a player from Real Madrid came to us.
It's about 32 million, isn't it? Remember, it's about 32 million.
Yeah.
It was a great
the thing with Aguero, Aguero was in the time where Messi and Ronaldo were at his peak. Aguero could have scored 30 goals a season, 32, 35, but there was always Messi and Ronaldo scoring 50-odd goals. Do you know what I mean? Especially like
Aguero was a baby at Atletico Madrid, isn't it? He must have been.
Yeah. But it was Messi and Ronaldo. With Haaland, there's not Messi and Ronaldo, there's only Haaland and Mbappe. Now, even going back to before Robinho, if you guys remember, I reckon if we had signed Kaká, that's the season we
that was close, isn't it?
We would just go.
That was close as well.
Well, it was the fact that we were in talks with guys like Kaká. It was huge, innit? It
was mad.
Robinho, man. Listen, bro. Robinho was so big, man. I must have been like 12 or 13 years old, and I just remember my excitement, like seeing this guy that scores chipped goals. Do you remember that one against Arsenal? when he just scoops it over the keeper's head.
I've always been a big Brazilian football fan, so for me, seeing
Exactly.
it was a
Yeah.
mad time. You know what I mean? It's why I love Lano so much as well.
You know
Yeah.
the famous Adebayor picture where he went sliding over to the Arsenal.
Against
Yeah,
Arsenal,
Well,
Yeah.
I was actually stood in 111 with my mate Ryan, who I used to go to the game with, and FG, because I used to go to I used to stand with. But I popped to the toilet or gone to see my dad in the next block. And when he scored, I missed that.
Oh,
I didn't miss the moment. I don't think I missed the moment because I remember watching him slide in, but I wasn't in the picture, and I was thinking, oh, if only I'd have just stayed there. Because all my mates are in that picture, and like they use it for like their socials and stuff.
Gary Cook, man. Before Ziki, Gary Cook, man. Sometimes he did some, you know.
Do you remember Gary Cook standing in that pub singing that song about you? Was it about United?
I think so.
Have you not seen that?
I've not seen
No,
that.
I haven't seen it. No.
I'll try and find it. Yeah, I'll send it over to Luke now. We'll pull it up.
Yeah,
No, it's mad. The thing about listen, we've got some good memories, like going City. Do you know what I mean? When you look back, when you're a fan, and I always look back, and I always like from where we are right now. Listen, I've never imagined in a million years. Yeah, I've been through Stewart Pearson when we drew 0-0 to Bolton. We couldn't even score a goal at home. Do you know what I mean? And now we got a season. We got a season without winning league titles, and everyone is going mad, meltdown on social media.
Do you know what it is, bro? Like, I'm not even. I think it's the fact that the fan base is so at war with each other. That's what annoys me, because any of it, 1920 didn't win the league. The thing is, I think we were still playing decent football at times where it wasn't such a massive catastrophe. I think Liverpool just gone up so much in their levels, and we just gone down. It was too much for us to turn it around. But we were still obviously won the Carabao Cup final. Rodri and Foden, Aguero scored the goal, so I remember that. And obviously, but we still did okay, despite obviously injuries and that's like Laporte and that. But it wasn't too bad. But this season, it's just so sad. Like, because Twitter, as you know yourself, seeing Twitter, it's just a war zone now of everything. Like any little thing that now people sort of take it in weird context, just take it out of it, have a go at you for saying certain things. It's just really sad how that's gone now, because it shouldn't be it shouldn't be that way at all. It really shouldn't.
Yeah, like you say, mate, there's a clear split in a fan base, unfortunately, isn't there? Like where the fan base is torn and split. I think it's typically a lot of the craziness is, I think it's coming from typically the younger generation that haven't seen us play or haven't seen us be a bad team. So it's like they cannot handle it. Do you know what I'm saying? These younger guys, man, they can't handle us being a little bit off the boil.
Yeah, I agree to some extent, but I feel like I think the most frustration this season has come from the summer transfer window. It was poor.
Yeah, well, you know, the frustration is justified in a sense, bro. You know, that you can be frustrated because, you know, the club's clearly made mistakes and they're clearly trying to rectify them. And they've been quite open about that as well, but, you know.
Yeah. I don't, to be fair, we were putting the blame on the football club. Well, Pep came out and said the blame is on him because the club actually wanted to put some players in. But Pep, obviously, like, he's been with these players for 7 to 8 years, and he trusted them to go one more. Let's go again.
At the same time as well, though, you can let Pep take the blame, but the club's got to be bigger at the same time and say, no.
Yeah.
We call the shots here, yeah? And, you know,
it's both. It's a collective mistake. It's a collective, you know what I mean? And
because it happened to Pellegrini when we won the league. With Pellegrini in the following season, the transfer window was poor.
Fernando. Mangala. What Mangala, bro? What one good day, dude, that was it.
against
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Do you remember what they called Fernando the Octopus, wasn't it? Was it the Octopus?
Yeah, that was
What was that about, bro?
bro. Mangala
You got- you
Mendy.
got-
I was like, Mangala Mendy. Oh, them two at the back.
Also-
I was like, I was just constantly.
Aren't I right? Am I right in saying that doesn't Fernando play for Sevilla now or something?
He did
Or
at one
did-
No,
point.
he wants to Sevilla. I think I don't know.
I think
he's in
I think he
Brazil now.
was still at Sevilla recently. You know,
I think he's in Brazil now. He was at Sevilla at
Was
some
he in
point.
Brazil?
He was a good mid-table player. You know, if he was playing for the mid-table team, he would
He
have
wasn't our level, unfortunately.
he would have done
He
nice
wasn't
in
our
there.
level.
You know,
Yeah,
but
he wasn't level, sadly.
He scored their own goal when we went to Bernabeu.
Oh yeah.
yeah, man.
Those-
that was
Those
crazy.
two
One
games,
goal.
man. Those
One
two
goal.
games of every time now. If you just got one goal, we're through. It's the most
Yeah.
frustrating.
And
game
Aguero
for
misses.
us.
Aguero misses a good.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that goes in, mate. Yeah.
Oh,
I've got a trivia question for you.
All right.
Oh god, here we
What
go.
Premier League player has scored the most own goals in Premier League history?
Jamie Carragher.
Jamie.
Richard Dunn.
Oh, Richard Dunn, in it. It's Richard Dunn, in it. Shit.
Richard Dunn. I think it's 11 own goals.
Big up Luke, man. Big up Luke.
Yeah.
Big
It
up
was
Luke.
Carragher, Richard Dunn. It was. Them two are terrible, but Richard Dunn definitely is the most.
But I tell you something. I see
And he
Steve
was that
Black in the
captain.
comments saying I see Steve Black in the comments saying Fernando was no Joe. I can go one better than that. I think the worst player I've ever seen play for City is Bernardo Corradi. By
Bro,
far.
Samaras, man. I was gonna say Samaras, bro.
Samaras, bro. Come
No,
on.
no,
man.
no.
Karate was better than Samaras, bro.
No,
Karate was better
Nah,
than Samaras.
Coradi was awful, mate. Awful.
No. He was. No,
Yo.
someone else was bad.
You didn't even say us, bro.
No.
Samaras was worse.
He was bad. He was
I tell you,
bad.
I want to pull up these stats now.
the most
Karate.
random signing we've ever done, right, was David Pizarro in 2012. Like,
Yeah.
why we signed this
Weird, bro.
guy? It's like some random
To be
Chilean
fair,
bro.
To be fair, look, Pizarro he went before his time. I think he was actually decent because he
Yeah,
signed
I think he
for Seville.
was. That's fine.
He
Yeah,
was-
but it felt
he was
weird.
Right.
okay, but
Are you ready for these stats? Now, bearing in mind, this guy's a striker, yeah.
Just before you go on the stats, yeah. The problem is,
Yeah.
when
I'm
we
ready
sign
for this, Beppo.
when we sign a Spanish player from a Spanish team,
Mhm.
they always take quite a while to integrate in English football.
Navas,
If you
yeah.
guys remember Rodri first season? He was
Oh.
poor. He was slow, bro.
Yeah. Ploddery, as we call him on Twitter.
Yeah,
Right. Are you ready for this? Yeah.
Yo, Castillo though. Steve Black there.
Neres
Castillo.
yeah.
Castillo was a beast, mate. He was a
Rolando
beast.
Diaz.
Right.
Nah,
Rolando
Bianchi
Bianchi.
is decent, man. Come on.
Let's not forget as well, yeah. This guy is a striker, yeah.
Go on.
Not a midfielder, a striker. Valencia, 21 games, 3 goals. Parma, 36-10. Not bad, getting a bit better. Man City, 25 games, 3 goals. He then goes to Parma, 27 games, 5 goals. This guy's a striker, man.
Jesus.
Who are you even, bro? Who are you even talking about here? Who's this?
Karadi. Udinese. Hang on. It gets better. Udinese.
But at least he scored
37
three.
games. 37
But at least-
games. 1 goal.
But at least he scored 3 goals. Jovetic scored 1.
Do you know what though? Yeah, this guy. You know this guy
The-
Corrido. He sounded a lot like Hoyland at Man United now, mate.
Oh, no, I like
Right.
Valery Bozhinov. I like
I
Bozhinov.
like him as well. Yeah.
Bozhinov.
Well, speaking of strikers, though, big up to Negredo. He retired today.
Big up to
I- I
Negredo, man.
Oh,
He's one player that I wish just didn't drop off where he did because he was
That first half of the
unbelievable.
season.
Was
The
unreal.
Him and
first
Aguero,
half
bro.
of the season.
Unbelievable. That
Unbelievable.
guy at Tottenham, every time I was like, when he just shot the Dawson, I was, bro, like,
Yeah.
we had
And he
him,
was
Dzeko,
unreal.
Jovetic, man. So, what happened, man?
Also the way, yeah. If you guys remember that season, the way Pellegrini managed to put two strikers on the pitch, and the way they were working, Negredo and Aguero, bro.
Yeah.
West
Quality.
Ham, the League Cup,
Quality.
6-0, and mate, honestly,
Mancini always found a way of getting the best out of playing two strikers.
Yeah.
He always saw it. It was either a combination of Tevez and Aguero, it was Xhaka and Aguero, Tevez and Xhaka, Balotelli. You know, like if you look at our strikers that we had at the club at the time, we had Balotelli, we had Xhaka, we had Aguero, and we had Tevez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mate,
and then behind, you still had David Silva, you had Nasri.
Yeah.
You had a prime Gareth Barry.
Yeah, Toure, De Jong, bro.
Yeah, Toure.
Is that Nigel 4-2-2 formation, isn't it? 4-2-2-2.
That was it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. I always like Mancini. When we signed him, I remember, that Mancini was someone who he loved the club, but at the same time he hates Fergie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that's what made it better.
I love that. The fight on
made it so much better.
Remember the semi-final, the League Cup? I think we played.
Oh, where he was doing all that to him. Yeah.
Oh, I used to sit in the call back in the day. I used to sit on the calling bay, and I was like, "This is my manager." Because you know the way Pep is. Pep always praises like any managers, even United manager. But Mancini was a guy where, fuck them lot. Do you know what I mean?
he was on smoke.
Begging like in the touchline. Do you know? I was like, bro, I
back in the days when we only cared about beating United twice.
Remember that game? Tevez scored to make it 2-1, and he ran out like the whole pitch and went.
Oh mate,
I was going mad.
Mancini's a club legend, man. Club legend.
He is.
Yeah,
even when he left, and he got sacked. There was the fan base divide because half of the fan base, including myself, I didn't want Mancini to go, but at the same time, he fell up with the players.
Was it not more of a mutual decision, though, bro?
He lost the dressing room.
Yeah, we did.
For everyone in the chat, Luke's got a special memorabilia from Roberto Mancini.
I do actually, yes. It's somewhere.
Get ready for this.
Yeah. So
Mancini had problems with Tevez and Balotelli after the pre-season, and even Yaya Toure came out and said he was a bit too hard.
Basically, my dad's mate is actually a City fan and son. That's why obviously I know quite a lot about the club from him anyway. So, he was given by one of his clients. I think the client was also a City fan. He was given Mancini's jumper, his black jumper that he had.
No.
And obviously, because a few City fans have been trying to sort of help me try and get it framed so I can get it signed. His signature for Mancini. Obviously, it's hard right now. Apparently, he's quite busy right now at the moment. But my aim is to try and get that done because I would love to have that framed. Up in
I am so envious that you've got Bobby Mank's jumper, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mate, 11-12 for me, bro. Like, is will always be one of my favorite ever seasons because that title running nerves, like years, the nerves in that first season, it was so different to what we were used to. That derby when we won 1-0, I was so nervous the day before that and that day leading up to it. You knew how big the game was going to be, and then when Company got a goal, the relief that I had,
I think that was the day when they started feeling like there was a power shift in Manchester.
I'll try and find it.
Bro, the power shift in Manchester was before that in the FA Cup semi-final, bro.
Yeah, but
Toure scored.
I mean,
man,
because it was the cup. However, we were going for the league title.
You're talking about the league, innit, which is obviously big, the biggest. It's way bigger, innit? Obviously, but
bread and butter, we were going for.
I always remember though, Rio Ferdinand did an interview in it where Rio Ferdinand said when they got beat in that cup, he was like, okay, shit's getting serious on that blue side of Manchester now.
Yeah.
Was that the one where Balotelli caused absolute havoc, and you've got that kind of famous picture of everyone surrounding him, and he's just stood there like.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, but the most important thing was to get that league title. I would say if we just had the cups, like because we won the league cup the year before, and if we just had the cups, like they wouldn't have the respect that we deserve. We wouldn't have it, but we needed to have that league. The league title was massive.
Absolutely, bro. That was
And,
the best day of my life, bro. Best day of my
And I
life.
remember, yeah, I because that year I went to Arsenal away when we lost 1-0. Yeah, and Yaya Toure, he came off injured. Balotelli got sent off. Literally, if I could get into that pitch and literally just fucking strangle Balotelli and put like throw him up the wall.
I think Yaya Toure's one of Yaya Toure's goals has actually been classified as the best goal in FA Cup history. I forget which one it was.
I know which one you mean, bro. It was Sunderland, wasn't it? Was it Sunderland?
Sunderland.
I think he was from outside the box, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like,
I think it's been given as the best goal in FA Cup history.
I remember it, bro. Pretty sure it was Sunderland, man. I might be wrong, innit? Who was it now, man? I think it was Sunderland.
Steve in the chat as well. Florov had a mean left peg. Yeah, he did, man.
I wonder if Steve knows who that goal was against.
He probably will.
But that season was mad. Was absolute mad because we had Tevez in bloody Argentina playing golf.
Wow. It's Norwich.
Was injured. Aguero, I think Aguero was injured for a couple of weeks as well, and we needed goals. And I was like, bro, we lost to Arsenal. That was the fixture where, listen, I think the club, even Khaldun, I watched an interview with Khaldun, and he said after Arsenal, I went to see the players, and I spoke to the manager. I feel like that was the day where he was just, listen, you need to call Tevez to come back now. You know what I mean? Because Tevez was like, he was chilling. Yeah, he was because he had knowledge the following game, and
he scored a hat trick against Norwich, didn't he?
Yeah. He was like, no, you need to call Tevez to come back now. I was like, bro, because we have a league title to win, and it was mad. I feel like we went through so much that season to the point to where we reached the final day of the season, and we were like, oh, it's QPR, the bottom of the table, easy win, Man City.
How do you feel about Tevez, Steve?
Bro, I literally put a post about him the other day, innit? On my Twitter, man.
That's why I said it.
Bro, listen, let me tell you about Tevez, man. He's a pit bull, you get me? Mad work rate. Hey, sick work rate, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said it. As soon as Tevez name came up, I thought, I'm gonna spice it up here.
I was a bit slow there, wasn't I, bro? I was a bit slow there. Tevez was fucking sick, bro.
But do you guys remember that if we didn't sign Tevez, we probably would sign Rooney that year?
Oh no,
bro. We ain't getting Rooney, bro. What are you talking about?
Rooney was meant to come to City before because
no way.
He
was
Did he have a bit of beef with the manager? Actually, is that what it was?
Yeah, he did. So he spoke to on the overlap. So when Ronaldo left, Tevez left, and he went to Fergie office, and he was like, "I need to know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? What's happening here? Why we're not getting any players in? I've got an offer from Man City." He actually said that because He was like, "I've got a good offer from Man City," and then Fergie convinced him to stay, and he gave like $3,000. I think it was like
mad pay rise, yeah.
And Rooney was meant to go City that year. I was like,
signing Tevez was massive though. You remember the old famous picture where
I was in the league though. I was in the league.
Yeah. And the Fergie sign. RIP Fergie. Every time I see that, He's one
Yeah.
player. Like I said to it on Steve's comments. That he's one player that genuinely, right? If he had the right attitude, could be one of the best strikers in the world, probably the best striker in the world on his day. He was that
he
good.
was unreal. He was
He
unreal.
had everything.
But
Yeah.
it's the attitude that let him down.
For me, I know what Aguero's done. I know what likes of Xhaka and Balotelli have done. But for me, there is no, and I'll say it, that I don't think that we had a better striker that year than Tevez.
Tevez the best, bro. He's the best.
He was on, like, don't get me wrong, everything that Aguero did that year won us the league. Absolutely phenomenal. But for me, like, Tevez was special. He was
even the year before, where he was playing with Sean up front.
Yeah, he was special.
It was quality.
I completely agree with what you say, Bevo. I think his pomp. I think he was the best. He was better than Aguero, mate. In his pomp, you know, he was just like. I think Pitbull. You summarise him really well, you know, because that's just what he was, man. He was a killer.
It's mad. Like we've had Tevez, Aguero, and also Alvarez. Obviously, before we went to Atletico, it's mad we have three fairly well. Alvarez obviously still quite young, still got a lot more to go. But
we've got a new Argentine baller now.
I mean,
I think I love Alvarez. I think when we signed him, I was like, these guys are going to be special. Listen, I'm sad how things turn up, but if he wanted to go, we just.
I think that was always going to happen though, because when you sign a striker that is too good to be a backup to Haaland, and you're trying to shoehorn him into the team, he was always going to move on, and you were always going to get decent money for him. It was always going to be straight up profit. So I think we only paid like 20 million quid for him. We sold him for like 85.
15 million pounds.
15 million pounds. It was like 80 million euros, something like that.
Yeah,
it's a great deal overall.
That's one thing that we have to start looking at when we buy players, especially this summer. We talk about this big rebuild, but at the same time, I see the fan base. They're throwing up names like Wirtz, Musiala, blah 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 yada yada. But at the same time, we kind of have to. The problem is Pep Guardiola and game time. When you play for Pep, there's no guarantee that you're going to be in the starting 11 week in, week out, unless
your name's Gundogan.
Oh, Vardio. You know what I mean?
Bernardo Silva.
But the thing is, we know we need a few midfielders in, especially the goalkeeping situation. We have to get a goalkeeper. Let's face it, and we need a striker.
It's a shame, man, because Ederson really does. He's the best goalkeeper that fits our system.
Yeah.
By far, like
I know Mateus. Actually, I've listened to Mateus a few times. Yeah, he probably doesn't know this, but I know that Mateus has a little small undisclosed agenda against Ederson, guys. So
I'm gonna say this right now. Yeah, when we're at our, or should I say, when from seasons past, we don't really have that many shots against us, really. In a game, you're probably talking 3-4 shots on target at most, and most of them are from range. So for me, I don't think it was really that necessary to get someone like an Alisson that's a shot stopper. As long as you can have that extra man that can play the ball out from the back, I think that just fits the system perfectly. You don't necessarily need a shot stopper when you're only having 3 or 4 shots on you.
I'm with Bevo on this, man. I'm with Bevo in it. So.
I disagree, right? 85% of the teams we play, they sit back. They put 10 men behind the ball and they hit us on the counter. Yeah? Listen, Ederson has his own quality in terms of like distributing the ball, playing up the back, but he's not a good goalkeeper. Let's face it. When it comes down to corners, corners.
AC Milan
He's-
Champions League final minute.
Inter Milan.
He's had one odd game, and he owns us that save. He owns that save, especially what happened against Madrid. Against the last 2 minutes of the game, we've seen.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get that, but if you look at how many times, if you look at, since Edison joined, if you look throughout all of the seasons, you could count on one hand the amount of times where Edison's errors have then led to a goal. You could count that on one hand.
235. I've got a Word document. I'm being serious.
Fair play.
Yo, this guy's
You
quality,
can-
man. I like this guy.
Listen, I've been on this guy case since 2019. I gave him the first season, I gave him a pass. I was like, oh, we've got a decent goalkeeper. But 2019, in like 1920, where we're facing shot on target and it was straight in, I would start zooming in on him. I would stop watching every player. I was just watching him.
You see, that's not good, bro. If you do that, you're gonna find mistakes.
After Lyon, when we played Lyon at that season, I said this to my dad, living in Lisbon, because we went to Lisbon. We played them in Lisbon during lockdown. Just leaving him in there. Listen, he's got his own quality. Don't get me wrong. And there's been games where he has been outstanding. However, over the 1,000 years we've been watching football, we never judge goalkeepers and their ability to spread to distribute the ball. It's always what you're gonna do with your hands. Always. Can you stop me? Like literally, we've watched Alisson last night. Yeah, his team was shit. Awful.
Yeah.
He was outstanding. He made himself bigger. We've seen.
You know the thing. You ain't never gonna see us on a back foot like that, though, bro. When have we ever conceded 27 shots in the game, bro?
We've been in the back foot this season a lot of times.
Yeah, you know what, man? That's a rarity, man. It's a rarity, bro.
But still, if you had the option, right now, Steve, Luke, and Bevo, let's say you've got the option right now to swap Edson with Thibaut Courtois, knowing that Thibaut Courtois distribution with his feet is awful. Would you do it?
I don't know, man. I don't know, because you see, for me, I respect everything you're saying. I understand, innit? You've got a good argument, and that. Of course you do. Of course you got a good argument. And I respect that you look into it the way you do. But you see, for me, I need a guy I can trust in the back there. I need a guy I can trust with the ball. Of course.
Can I jump in quickly?
Go ahead.
So
Bevo's been on his phone, yeah. He's been getting some receipts.
You can't see it, yeah? Look, this is the official Premier League app, yeah? Oh. Scott Carson and Alison Becker are both joint on 24th with 10 errors that have led to goals in all seasons, right? I am trying to find Edison now. Edison is at 34th in the list with 8 in all seasons. So he's had 2 less errors that have led to goals than Alisson, and Alisson's considered a better goal.
Yeah, you missed the point. I don't think Edison has that many errors that leads to goal. It's his ability to stop shots in.
I get what you're saying.
No, I agree on that one.
Listen, it was a derby, where we were not even this derby where we played. I think against Madrid, we 2-0 up, at home, 5 minutes to go. What is he doing?
Oh, mate, I know.
Derby, I think 4 years ago, we were 1-0 up, and he just decided to do a mad throw, going to guard. I think it was Daniel James, and 2 seconds they score.
McTominay, I remember that one.
What is he doing? Why is he so brain freeze with it? When we lead in games, just calm down. There's no pressure. You're playing at home.
Give you a little stat here. This is mad. I'm still looking at the same list.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Joe Hart.
I've signed
Joe Hart is 6th with 20, compared to Edison at 8 with 8.
What's that?
errors leading to goals. Joe Hart is sick with 20.
Yeah, but we're not
I think
talking
Joao was
about
a tremendous
errors.
goalkeeper, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. But 20 errors, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, but we're not talking about errors leading to goal, bro.
No. I'm just brought it
we
up.
went to Anfield.
Sound a bit of fun, aren't you, Bevo?
We went to Anfield, and Edison literally gave that Oxlade-Chamberlain the career 45 yards out, straight in the middle.
Yeah,
What
that
went
was
in?
terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And the Salah goal as well. The Salah goal was like, what's he doing?
Salah,
Like,
come on, bro.
yeah.
What are you doing?
The
Listen,
guy
he's
has
not
made a lot of
into
errors
money.
that I think, even final this season,
Brighton-
home season, ridiculous. I don't know how
Edison
to-
way he had his own moment. I always gonna give Edison his flowers.
You're going to
when he
have to
puts-
accept, though, that bringing in a new keeper, we're not going to be able to play out from the back as well as we do.
No.
We're not
Forget
going
it,
to be
this
able
play
to.
out the back. Bevo, I do not care about playing out the back.
Well, you should do because that's where we play, bro.
That's Pep's football, isn't it?
Yeah, but how many times, how many teams in the Premier League that we face and they just sat back? They literally do not press us. They do not press the goalkeeper. How many?
Well,
2,
it's not
3?
even. Even when a goalkeeper's not pressed, he still need to make the right decision. You know,
Yeah, but if
it
he's
affects
not
the whole way
pressing-
we play.
No, if he's not pressing, Steve, you don't need to play at the back. All you need to just pass the defender. And
Well, you can't.
Listen, there's a lot of skill in passing that to the defender. You know, there's a lot. It takes a lot of skill to pass to the defender.
Hear me out, yeah. Hear me out.
Well, he had a lot of skill when we were 2-1 up against Madrid. Where did he put the ball to?
Without having
shit. That was shit.
Without having Edison, you couldn't push like a defender up into midfield like what you do with John Stones. You couldn't do that.
Big up Martin for the rated, mate.
You couldn't do that.
Big up, guys.
You couldn't push because you're leaving the back too exposed. Whereas if the ball is played up to the top,
why can't we just have a good shot stopping goalkeeper? Why can we just not have that?
You know what, bro? Maybe one day we will, innit? We're gonna find out at the end of the season because you're
seeing that now. You're seeing that now with Ortega. Ortega's a quality shot stopper, but he's shit with his feet.
That's facts, bro.
Yeah, he is. Don't get me wrong.
And he's not good enough to be our number one, but he's amazing at shot.
I get it, but there was also one thing that when I tell people they refuse to believe. The last 2 seasons, Edison distribution has been poor.
Yeah, Martin, thank you, mate.
Really poor. Every time
he's got 3 assists this season. Give him a break, like.
No. I'm not saying that. But his distribution has been poor. He goes straight to position players.
I disagree. I disagree completely, bro. I think you're underestimating the simple things, my bro. You know the simple things that it's not to be underestimated. Just the small passes, yeah. The decision making, you know. Clearly, we're never going to agree on this, but.
I praise him when he does well. I always give him his flower. Always. I gave him man of the match against when did we play?
One sec. If Martin's still in the chat, I'll give you a ring after this, Mark.
Yeah, big up Martin.
Yeah, but big up Martin for that. I'm the winner, man. You all know that, guys. Winner, chicken dinner, yeah. Winner, chicken dinner, yeah. Come on, I've never won anything in my life.
Have you got it yet, though? Have you got it yet?
He's going to send it out tomorrow for me. Yeah.
Oh, Martin's slacking there, mate. Slacking.
Nah, man.
So 30, Nottingham. How are you guys feeling?
Do you know what?
Fairly confident because Nottingham Forest aren't in a great run of form at the moment. They've lost quite a few games of late. I think we've got enough to do it, providing that we go back to the way that we played against Newcastle with having Mamouche sitting just behind Haaland. I think that works really well. It would work really well against Forest as well because Haaland making deeper runs is going to pull defenders into him to leave space behind for Mamouche to run into. I think that works really, really well.
But that would imply that they have to pass us.
Well, sorry.
that would imply that the Newcastle actually have to press us in order to have that space in behind. Because if you watch Nottingham Forest, they didn't press Arsenal; they were just sat in deep. They can use the same tactic. If they sit in deep, then we just have to find a way to drop a lot, to break a lot.
The problem with Arsenal is the reason why they didn't press is because they've got no power up front. They've got no striker. Whereas if we're playing Doku and Savino out on the wings, which I think will probably happen, you're going to have pace from both sides, two wingers that can take on their men, comfortably take on their men. So I think they're going to have to try and press, because if they don't press, then they're basically going to allow the wingers to just take them on.
Yeah, but if they press with the wingers that we have, they leave themselves exposed. So knowing that we're gonna have Marmoush, Savio, Doku, and Haaland, their first instinct is to drop back and try to defend and hit us in the counter, wouldn't it? If you're playing a more attacking team, you have to drop it deep and hit them in the counter, rather than go gun ho, just press them and leave yourself exposed at the back with the fast players they've got. If that makes sense.
So what you're saying is, bro, you can only see Forest dropping deep. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I feel like
my answer to that is let them drop deep then, because we've been doing this our whole careers now, innit? For what it feels like. We've been playing against these kind of teams our whole lives now. So let them do that. You know, if they want to drop deep, then okay, we'll meet you at your 18-yard box, innit? And what we'll do is, fucking hyenas are already shitting his pants about
you seen
what I'm saying? Yeah, so
yeah, but the problem is,
bro.
Yeah, the problem is we've struggled quite a lot this season, literally breaking teams down, especially when they sit deep and when they hit us on the counter, because let's face it, we've been quite vulnerable at the back at the same time.
Absolutely. I can see this game going how it went at home, bro. You know, when we played them at home and we just beat them 3-0. I can see it being a similar kind of game, to be honest with you, bro.
We had Jack Grealish and KDB as a number 8.
Jack Grealish was there, wasn't he? But I think Foden's going to do that role this Sunday.
Just quickly as well, before we
just
carry on.
I was just going to say, on that comment, the Premier League were confident about the APT ruling.
Yeah.
You know, they come out and made this mad statement about how they didn't lose, and it was just what did they called it? Something like blue pencil tweaks, was it, or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
In the statement they said it was something like blue pencil tweaks, which basically means just minor changes. In the initial APT ruling, and then obviously they made the change again, and then they got found that it was unlawful again. So the Premier League, they're waffling it. Like, they can be as confident as all they want, but they were confident about APT, and how did that get on for them?
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts.
Yeah. They don't want to make themselves look bad.
Exactly, Steve.
I mean, they've already been slapped up by City twice already this year. We're going for a different type of treble here, lads.
Legal treble, yeah.
Legal treble. A different type of treble here, boys, and I'm here all for it.
Yeah, man.
I saw that Ida clip. That was funny. It was about Doku.
Yeah, that was tremendous, bro. Tremendous.
I think it's on Snapchat. I think it's on his Snapchat. I'm not sure.
I shared it on my Twitter, bro.
Yeah, look on his Twitter. It's funny. It's funny.
Doesn't he say something like, "Oh, fucking hell, man, you're gonna get
Doku, bloody hell, man."
Somebody sends him a message, saying, are you looking forward to playing Doku on Saturday again or something like that? And he just said, "Oh no, I'm already having early nightmares about playing Doku."
Trying to keep it real, man.
He's keeping it real. He's not the only defender to say that Doku's an absolute, nightmare to play against.
He,
Because listen,
he just needs to improve his final ball. I think when he does
exactly.
it, he's going to be a really, really good player for Man
Him and
City.
Savinho could be the best wing pairing in the league if they just get their
Yeah.
final ball or shooting correct, because the both of them are very, very good.
The
He could be the best in the world, bro.
Problem with Doku, and I've said it since day one, since he joined, he's so unpredictable that the opposition doesn't know what he's going to do, but neither do we. I also don't think he knows what he's doing half the time. I think he makes that decision when he's one-on-one with the defender and he goes, am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? And he just makes a split decision and just goes one way. And I think we're all like, where are we going here? And, you know, it's unpredictable for their team, but it's unpredictable for us as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You know what the beautiful thing is as well, though, Bevo?
Box and hope.
Yeah, man. The beautiful thing is as well, though. Yeah, sometimes I think they can predict what he's going to do, but whether they predict it or not, he's unstoppable. So even when he makes that move, they can't even stop it, even if they know what he's doing, bro. They just you can't stop him, man.
Oh, will stop KDB on Saturday? That's a good question. I wouldn't personally, but everyone's.
Should we do a lineup?
I would.
Yeah, before in the stream, we'll do a lineup sort of chat and we'll have a discussion between the four of us about the lineup. To everyone, obviously, John from Martin stream, big up to you guys. If you like everybody on the stream, subscribe if you're already on the road to 1K. Big up the chat, big up the panel so far. About an hour and a half in, and it's been a good chat so far on a lot of different things. Especially on a Thursday, it's a bit of no running this year for like a title or Champions League this year, but it's nice to sort of reflect on where we've been and where we are right now. But yeah, it just got to try and just keep going. We can. The thing is with Doku, right? I said before, Doku and Savinho, if they both just get their act together in the final third, they will probably be the best wing pairing. And as you said, Steve, they could be the best wing pairing in the world if they just get the confidence right of what they're going to do. Because I said before, right, we've got Bob as well come back into it as well. If you get a winger maybe as well, Marmoush plays left, you've got players that can play that position and do that job perfectly. It's just that if we get the attack at a rhythm that works for everyone, it'd be great. But that's what we've got to try and do.
The thing with Savinho is his decision making in the final thirds, because especially there was one thing that was frustrating me when we played Spurs last game, is where, bro, if we 1-0 up, we're trying to get the second goal, rather than forcing to score where you've got two players in front of you. Every time you shoot, you just hit the players, just pass it on to the man that's free to make 2-0. And I feel
game management is game management, isn't it? That's what,
yeah. And listen, he's got a massive talent. He's going to be a good player for Man City. Yeah. And he's like 20, 21. Yeah, he needs to improve his decision making.
The thing is, Mateus, I've always said before about the new guys, especially Savinho and that. I want to see these guys in a better team. But when we've got a different team next year with players out the door, players in through the door with maybe a better midfield, but more solid, that's when I probably sort of want to see Savinho more and see where he actually is, because this year's been so up and down with injuries all over the place, but not consistent enough where we know what our best team is going to be. I think we'll definitely see what he's really made of when we've got a much more settled overall 11. I Pep will change. He will change it up throughout the season. But when we've got
he has to look, because let's face it, the rebuild where we all want a rebuild, but the rebuild has to be just on the players. No. The backroom staff need to rebuild. He has to get a better number 2. Yeah. The defensive coach needs to improve. The goalkeeper coach needs to improve.
Set pieces as well. Set pieces.
Listen, get new guys in. Yeah. And
facts.
One area, 2 key areas that he needs to get it right is the fullbacks.
Yeah.
We need to get a fullbacks in, because last time we bought a fullback, it was 2019, and that was Cancelo. And that was
we need a right back, bro. We need a certified right back.
Yeah. That was a swap deal with Danilo. Since 2019, we haven't got it. Didn't buy any fullbacks. We got rid of every fullbacks that we had, and we signed 6 centre halves. I get it. There's certain games where you need to adapt centre halves to play as a fullbacks. But in the long term, you have to have a fullbacks in there. When he goes in the press conference, say, "Oh, we only got one centre half." No, mate, you don't. Currently, right now, regardless of whether you've got John Stones, Ake, Akanji out, you still have 5 centre halves in there. With your crisis is in the fullback areas. As a football club, going back to the likes of Zabaleta, Sanya, Clichy, we haven't got any left backs in the football club.
No.
That's not acceptable. We haven't got any right backs.
By the way, I have heard this about Fernandinho and Iniesta. If them two come into the backroom staff, I'm all for that because it's change up.
Let's face it. Yeah, let's for example, we've got 4 centre halves injured. If we have a right back and left back, you can move Vardy in the centre half position with Diaz or Kusanov. You've got a left foot centre halves and a right foot centre half there. Yeah, you can have two right foot centre half. Then you still got Reyes in there. You can even bring Simpson Boost if you want. But the only reason why we struggle this injury is because you're forcing centre halves playing fullbacks and going up and down the pitch. Centre halves are not meant to running like constantly on the pitch. That's why they got hamstrings. You know what I mean? What we doing here? Buy some fullbacks, man.
Big up Louis. Cambiasso. Ooh, I've seen the injury. So that's the thing I'm excited with Cambiasso. I like him as a player, but
is it the answer, though?
That's what I've wondered, Matthias. That's what I want. I keep thinking, is he what? There are players out there that we can get that better. We can get better players.
Yeah.
Now look, is Frimpong the answer? Might be, might not be.
What's his position, Cambiasso?
Left back, right back, but it depends, isn't it? Depends.
But the thing is, with me, if we link with this guy, at the end of the day, I trust the club ultimately. So I'll always trust the club first.
Yeah. That Nevins, bro, exactly. Visins this season, especially with the actual set piece this year, have been a disgrace.
I think Nunes will play.
Yeah, having Rico marking by Van Dijk and like Walker marking Gabriel on the season. What are we like? Come on, man! Like we've got Haaland, Diaz. We've got quite a tall team still. Despite
look, I think that was the right decision, because when you're defending corners, your centre halves or your tall players, they do zonal marking, and the rest of the team, they do more marking. So the centre halves, they were doing zonal, so they can literally, as soon as the ball comes in, they head it out wide. So your fullbacks, in this case, which was Rico Lewis, they need to do more marking. Well, it's not ideal because obviously the height difference, but listen.
Right, lads. So, Cambiasso, Frimpong, or Livramento? Who are you going for? Are these three?
Livramento.
Okay.
English, Premier League proven. Because if you're getting rid of a lot of English players that we've got in the squad, we need to replace them.
I was gonna say Livramento, but Frimpong for me, because he also falls under the category of English home. You know.
Oh, he's Dutch, but he grew up, hasn't he? So I know it's
grown.
Like Ake, isn't it? Like Ake. Yeah.
What I'll say on that, lads, is the only player that I've seen consistently with my own eyes is Livramento, and from what I've seen of Livramento, I like him a lot. I liked him when he was at Southampton. I remember seeing him on his debut for them. Yeah, I think pretty sure it was his debut, and I was like, this kid looks a serious player. You know, I was literally, I've always liked him, to be honest with you. The others, I can't comment too much, but I only go off the reputation. And I like the reputations. I've seen a bit of Frimpong, and I like what I see. I like his delivery looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But again, I trust the club. So if the club was to go out and get Cambiasso, then until he shows me that he's a bad player, I trust the club. So
yeah.
But the thing with Frimpong is more like Sergio Gomez signing, like a wing back sort of position and attacking. Do you know what I mean?
If you're playing wing back, I get it. Like if we're playing wing backs, not full backs, all right, fine. I'm for it. But This for me, right? The right back and left back spots are so crucial this summer. We have to get it right. It can't be just I think look, obviously left back for us the last few years have been Vardiol's been put there, but actual left backs we actually signed have been quite. Was it Mendy last time?
We haven't signed a left back since Mendy,
and that didn't really work out. Really, unfortunately, in a number of ways, we'll go into. But
that was 8 years ago.
So what I mean, like, and I'd say the last good left back was probably Clichy. I'd say.
Yeah. The thing is, that's what I'm saying. Look, we can have Vardio playing left back in the odd game there and there, but over the course of the season, we have to have a proper left back in there. Yeah, because there's been games where Vardio is getting done by the foot. Literally, he's getting cooked in that left back, and that's not his fault. See, I want going into next season, I want to see Vardy playing a more centre half area, like literally building a partnership. Even if it's pushing off the Diaz, I want to see him playing as a centre half.
Yeah,
we can shift him to the left back position. Let's say we're going away to Bayern Munich or PSG, where we need to keep it solid at the back. We can obviously put Vardy left back, give that solidity in the back four. However, if we were playing Southampton at home, we don't need to play four centre halves in the back four.
Do you not think this guy offers so much going forward, though, bro?
No, he does. He does. Don't get me wrong. He's brilliant going forward. However, there are games where you don't really need. You need someone who can you can actually put some decent cross. Vardy can cross.
You want a good cross, don't you? I get that.
Yeah.
I get that you want a good
and
cross.
The overlap and whatnot.
It's obviously what we've missed with Cancelo, isn't it? When you had Cancelo there, it's like having KDB there in many ways. The guy's, Cancelo was tremendous at crossing, wasn't he?
Remember his last cross for the football club against Dortmund or Haaland.
Yeah, of course.
As a question, Nico O'Reilly for left back, is that something you guys want to see, or do you think you want to throw midfield?
No, he's a cam by trade, so I'd want him sort of central.
We have to stop playing players out of position. Come on,
Zinchenko left back, Delph.
He started off with Fabian Delph, and then we paid £1 million for. We paid £1 million for the Ukraine.
He started off with Kolarov. Kolarov started playing centre half.
Yeah, everyone left back.
He was started playing centre half. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
You see what it is with Nico O'Reilly. I think because he is such a good player all around. When you are such a good player all around and very good technically, you can look good anywhere on the pitch. That's why he's looked decent when he's played left back. I think he's a guy that will look decent wherever he plays because he's a decent player, So I think he's always going to look all right when he's so good technically, Nico O'Reilly. So
just look at the lineup we put on. Yeah, centre half playing left back and a midfielder playing right back. Man, say
we really need it right back, man.
What are we saying about this lineup as well? I've changed it a few times, but this is really where I'm kind of stuck now. The only change we could probably make is Kovacic for Kev, but
that attack for me is what I go with. I think long term, really, at the moment. Look, Kev, he's there as a rotation. He's there to be obviously now and again might get a start here and there, but use him when you can. Marmoush for me Marmoush long term for me should be playing Cam behind Haaland. That's what it should be if we're gonna have him there. The wing pairing, obviously, if Bob goes back. Well, to be honest with Bob right now, I'm thinking, when's he actually going to play at the moment? Is it April, May?
And the other thing as well, like Andrew's just said in the chat, get Foden in. But where'd you play him?
That's what I mean.
Like this season, he's not been great.
He's been really poor.
So does he get in ahead of Marmoush? No. Does he get in ahead of Savio? No.
Now, I do know that he's going for a lot of personal stuff right now. I don't know myself personally, but from what I heard of other people saying.
Yeah, no, of course. But at the end of the day, I've got to base it on how I'm seeing him on the football pitch.
Yeah, he's been really poor. Let's be fair. He's been poor. Kevin De Bruyne has been poor. That's why we're not putting him in the starting 11. Same as Phil Foden. Regardless of what he did last season, this season has been poor.
Blood on Gundogan staying ahead of.
So Martin plays Mamouche and Foden. So do you only drop Kovacic, right? Okay. See, I did originally have that. I actually had that before I swapped it to this, but I just feel like if we're going to be hit on the counter, we need two. We can't have Nunes dropping into CDM because
even just how we move the ball in the middle of the park, Kovacic has been brilliant for us. Let's face it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's been really good.
I'll be honest with you, boys. Yeah, I think whether you got Kovacic in there, Bernardo in there, or Gundogan in there, I think it's all more or less the same shit. Do you know what I mean with them three? I think it's more or less the same kind of shit. Like, I'm not saying I hate him. Like, you know, they are what they are. I think they're good squad players, but like whichever one of them three you want to play, I think you're gonna get the same kind of player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, even for Nico's a bit slow to be filling the ball.
Yeah, man.
Play off the left wing either. He needs to be more central.
Yeah.
You know, that's down the manager, isn't it? He likes to just play players everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
I think Mamouche needs to be given more of a roaming role to just basically drop deep, go
free roll,
like a free roll, kind of like how Kev the kind of role Kev's had.
Yeah. Mashtag.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Every time I see that, I laugh every time I see that. Man.
I hate Mashtag, but I don't hate Kovacic. Like, I think Mashtag's an annoying guy. To be honest with you, he's an annoying guy.
Do you know what? Yeah, look. The thing is, right. I don't mind doing. But the thing is, right back we know long term isn't going to be solved anytime soon. So if it's Rico or Nunes, all right. Well, it's not what we want to see, but we've got to accept that it's how it's going to be now until the end of the season. So for me, I'd go Rico personally, but I know
I had Rico in initially, but then the chat was saying that they think Nunes might play, so I put Nunes in instead.
I would prefer Nunes there all day, bro.
Because the thing is,
he has been decent recently, Rico.
No, he has.
If you put Rico in at right back, you can push Rico up into CDM and push Kusanov over to the right, which then frees up the Kovacic role, which means you can play a Kev or a Foden or whoever you want.
I think going forward as well, Nunes can overlap. He can put in a really good cross as well. I think his crossing is really underrated.
So
even physically, is really good as well.
On the ball, you'd end up seeing something like this. But obviously, instead of it being instead of it being Kovacic and Nunes,
or even like literally overlapping Savinho as well, you know.
You'd have Rico and Foden or Rico and Kev or whatever you wanted. So I do think that works with Rico. I think he can stand CDM.
What's your guys' opinion on Jack Grealish?
Okay. Right. For me personally, right, I like Jack. I thought against Madrid he really did well before he came off. I thought I was really impressed with what I saw from him. The problem is with Jack is it's consistency, and also every time he gets a good game, he's out of the team again. And it's clear that Pep doesn't trust him as much as he did before. And it's a shame because I want Jack to give him a chance, but I don't see this going anywhere this season. I think this season will probably be his last, I reckon.
There was a really interesting comment I heard on LB's show the other day. Might have even been this morning, been a blur the last few days. But the comment that I read was, with the amount of times that Jack goes out and drinks and things like that, and at the end of the day, you know, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it slows down the rehabilitation process when a player's injured. because
it does mess with your recovery. Yeah,
it takes time. It takes longer to for recovery times. Alcohol generally takes longer to help you recover. So I think for me, I get that he's young and not so much young in football terms now, but,
yeah,
not young in football terms, but in terms of I know 28, 29-year-olds, 30-year-olds that go out drinking every weekend.
It's his lifestyle, isn't it? Jack Grealish, he likes to get outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the other thing. I think the other thing as well is it's important to note as well. Like there are a lot of football players that go out to town in the week and have a few drinks, but the thing is they're not in the papers. They're not in the media. It seems to be that Grealish is a bit of a target because of his antics and things when celebrating
Villa
titles.
In the past, yeah.
He's a target because he's typically a good-looking guy. A lot of the girls fancy him.
Pretty boy.
That's why he's a target, bro.
The shame
because the same with David Beckham. Remember?
Yeah, exactly. I remember that as well.
You always have been a target by the English press, but listen, I've got no problem with the players going out for the drink, especially in the day off. But my main concern is when you
got to perform as well. Is that what you're saying?
When you're going through a season where you come back through injury, you play a few games, and you get another injury, you kind of have to look after yourself. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be caught up in these situations where you're in a pub, you're up in a tab, £1,000 tab, and listen, it's good. If I were in that pub, then I would sing your name. You know what I mean?
I'd be Jack Grealish's best mate if I was in that pub,
bro. I'd smash the baby Guinness in. Do you know what I mean, bro? At the same time, especially the season we've had where the fan base has been frustrated with the players, has been frustrated with the manager, with the football club themselves, the way you kind of have to read the room at the same time. It's okay if Pep gave you 2 days off, it's fine. But come on, man.
This is the thing, Martin. Foden for me has shown signs of the player in there. It's just, and look, I get what he's going through. I don't know the whole thing. I'm not gonna pretend I do. I know that there's something going on with him at the moment. But the thing is, it's for where he was last season and how good he was last season, to be a world-class player, you've got to be hitting that level near on every season to be that.
What I would say on it is being an English young player that is obviously prone to a lot of criticism in the press, because naturally all young English players are in the press. If he is going through a really rough time, I genuinely believe that the club should be doing more to protect him, and by that I mean giving him time away from the pitch.
Yeah,
if he's not firing, we shouldn't be expecting him to go out there and perform, because ultimately, us as fans, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
to be fair,
you can go to games and think, oh, this person, this player is ill, this player has personal problems. You don't go to games thinking like that. You just go to game expecting everyone needs to perform.
Exactly. Yeah. If that guy's on the pitch, then as far as I'm concerned, he's 100% fit and 100% ready to give it all. Yeah,
exactly. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Martin, I do get what you're saying, mate. I do. I'm not saying he should be hitting the player. No. What last year was unbelievable. I'm not expecting. I get how that can be hard to maintain that consistently, but I think for how good he is, how good he is, he should be. He should be a lot better.
Go on.
Yeah, but I'm sort of saying about his form. I'm not expecting him to be hitting constant numbers like that consistently every season. No one is that Messi level anyway. But I think for where we know how good he can be, he should be doing a lot better than that, in my opinion. That's all.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not asking for last season's level. I'm asking for much better than what I'm seeing. That's I mean, so.
Yeah.
It's not even the numbers, Luke. Like for me, Foden's a class player, but it's not even necessarily his numbers. Sometimes he's just not been in the game as much.
Yeah.
Like he used to affect the play in it. Like he used to get on the ball, switch it over there, get back on it over there, and play it back inside, and take this guy on, take that guy on.
Mm-hmm.
That was Foden. For me, it's not even about his numbers. It's like it's just his effectiveness. But listen, I've got no doubts about Phil Foden. I've been very vocal in saying, for me, he's a Ballon d'Or contender when he's on it, and I think next season he'll show it again. But
I've been saying this season quite a lot. If he doesn't score a goal, you don't see him on the football pitch for 90 minutes. You just don't. And it's a really, really concern. We don't, as a fan base, we don't expect you to score goals every single game. Just be effective. That's all.
Yeah. That's what you're getting.
Be a constant player in the game. Like, look, in football, we know it ourselves that there are games where even like De Bruyne's had game where it just hasn't worked out and we lose the game. But what we want is, and I don't mean me, Mel. I know you know what I mean. But and you are right. People have become too critical at times of certain things and gone way too far with it. But I think for me, it's kind of like I want him, like Steve said, to affect the game like he did last season. Be in the game. Be an option. If it doesn't work out,
not even
Martin
effective.
just running for them. Don't listen to Martin.
Not even effective. But just a bit more consistency. You know, don't go and drop a hat trick against Brentford and then go missing for 10 games.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know what? LB always makes. Sorry, Luke. LB always makes a good point just on Foden as well, bro. Yeah, LB was saying, as well. Sometimes as well as we're not finding him like we used to. So we used to have Rodri. He used to, make them progressive passes all the time, and Rodri used to be able to find him through an Ivan needle. Yeah. And now he's not necessarily getting fed the same way, innit?
It's not even just finding him. Even his decision making, sometimes he's been really, really poor. Like, every time he's got. When was the last time you saw Foden take a man on and like put a decent crosses in the box?
He used to take people on for fun, innit?
Yeah. He used to take man for fun, but now it was quite low. His confidence is not there. Like. His body language has been a bit weird at the time when you watch him, and if he's not on the right place, just why are you playing? Do you know what I mean?
Martin, you are bang on, by the way. I mean, especially with De Bruyne. Look, De Bruyne for me isn't
not even with De Bruyne, man. I'm just going to come out and say it. Kyle Walker was treated like shit by the fans before.
Yeah.
He was treated like absolute shit. Yep. Like some of the posts that were coming out. Say, putting pictures of like suicide vests on him and stuff. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. There's a fine margin between criticizing the play football performance and abusing. When you go like that abusing players, that's just off. That's off.
Have constructive criticism on a player. If they don't do well in a certain game, call them out for that thing that they've done wrong. Say, like Nunes, for example. Nunes against PSG. I found a common thing with Nunes when he's been playing at right back is when he's playing at right back, he jumps into a tackle too soon and then gets busted, and then the players go past him. Something like that. That's absolutely fine.
When you're a midfielder, that's your normal instinct, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the thing. He's not an actual right back in it, which he's always going to have those little defensive mistakes.
But again,
because when you're a midfielder, you want to jump into a tackle to stop that ball.
This is also on the club as well. At the end of the day, the guy's 34 years old. And if we're expecting him to play like he was when he was 20, 29, 30, it ain't going to happen. But the thing
we've seen his level dropping from last season.
Yeah, no, of course. But then that's the point where the club should be doing more to protect him. Rather than chucking him out there and expecting him to do bits when it ain't happening. At the end of the day, man, Kyle's a club legend. He's the best right back in Premier League history.
And
the fans turned really sour. Really sour.
That's why I want this season. I just want KDB to come out and say I'm leaving, rather than stay for another season. Because the way the fan base just turn on Walker, they will do the same with KDB. They will. They will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. Martin is doing the Foden PR. That's why I'm telling you.
Mr. Negative.
I'm gonna have to clock off in a minute, lads. It's getting late.
Yeah, Joe, what we'll end it in a bit anyway. So we'll do another 2 hours.
We're gonna have this conversation on the space. Maybe this week we're gonna have.
Right, Joe. What I think I'm not sure. Steve. I think Steve might be back in a bit anyway. But what we'll do is we'll do predictions anyway before we end the stream anyway. Forest away. I mean, I think it'll be a hard one on Saturday anyway, because Forest away. You know, this season against Brighton, they won 7-0. Obviously, they're a good team that deserve a lot of respect for how good they've been this season.
I'm just gonna have to mute my cam for a minute, but I'm saying 3-0.
3-0. No worries. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Big up, Martin. Cheers for that, mate. Yeah. Thank you for the raid, man. I do appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Cheers for that, man. I'm gonna go 2-1 City. It's gonna be a scrappy one on Saturday. It's gonna be a really scrappy one because look. Obviously, it could be a battering for us. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I think
I think we batter them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I hope we do, and I'm beginning to get a lot confident. I think for me, I'm still unsure where we are right now. You know what I mean? On confidence level. I mean, if I see us really starting to hit our stride, then I'll start backing the scores. I need to see a bit more, I think, from certain players. But I think if the attack gets flowing more, especially like Marmouche and that, and Savino, and then Haaland's back in the team again, I'm all for it. I just want to see a bit more consistency overall first. But
I think we'll batter them. I'll go 3-0.
3-0.
Oh, 3-1. 3-1. We will
3-1. Okay, I'll go 2-1.
What are we saying, boys? What are we saying?
A predictions, mate, for Saturday.
Prediction for Saturday. I'm going to go a repeat of the first fixture, 3-0.
3-0. Okay. Look, if we win 3-0, I'll probably take it. I think
want to see where we are. I think we'll batter them. Listen, I've watched them the last couple of games, even against Newcastle. They were like 3 or 4-0. They were like 4-1 down in the first half. Listen, they're not looking good defensively. Even against Arsenal, they were just dropping off. They were not really creating anything. They were not much of a threat. And I feel like we've got Haaland back now. Marmouche is going to be there. Doku and Savio. I think we're going to smash them 3.
Yeah.
Just on Martin as well. I don't know if he was in the stream earlier when I said it. Just big shout out to the Mancunian way, man. They're doing giveaways over there all the time, and I was fortunate enough to win the last one. Man. I'm still gassed about that, because like I said, I ain't never won.
The LBC say that,
bro. I ain't never won anything in my life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in terms of a prize. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice. Yeah,
big up
get prizes on LB. I'll have to have a word of LB about that, innit?
Yeah, yes, you have to, mate.
You got Martin. There's one thing that Martin does, and I like really much, is when he does his space on X. Where
he gives back in it, Mateus, man. He's always got these prizes.
He brings the international fans, like all the City fans that live abroad and whatnot. Like he gives them. Man. He listens to them, so
he gives the fans a voice, bro.
It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice because Man City, listen, Man City got a bad rep, especially like with foreign fans, where the local fans, they hate the foreigners and whatnot. Every time City loses, they always going on about foreigners in the stands and whatnot. Listen, it's a conversation for a different stream. Do you know what I mean? It's different.
Big up Hamza.
Big up Martin.
I'll tell you a little funny story before we wrap up. I've only ever won one thing on a stream before, and it was over on City Loop TV when he was first starting off, and I won a poster. And there was a guy in the chat, And he was like, "Oh, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Can I have a poster?" So I went, "Do you know what? Being a nice guy, like, you can have my poster." Turns out he was chatting shit. It wasn't his birthday at all.
Oh,
Oh mate, that is just so internet. That is so YouTube.
mate, what a dick.
You really gotta know you're dealing with.
You got the poster. Do you know what I mean?
Bloody hell, man!
You should have done your research, Bevel, before just. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'd have been checking the guy's Facebook page and everything.
It's mad that we were on early kickoffs at 12:30. Jesus.
I know.
12:30. I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm going on Friday.
Where you going, Matthias? Where you going, bro? Where you going?
Happy birthday, Martin.
No, I've got it in. I've got a house party actually. It's a few lads that like they doing from
Send me the
uni.
location.
No, they're doing like a gaff. So we might just we might just be in the mad one until like 6 a.m. in the morning. Listen, like sitting down in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, you don't want me at one of them, bro. You don't want me at one of them.
Being all twisted, you know what I mean? Like just then be up like at 11 or something, like for a milk, like to watch Man City.
No, I can dance, bro. So I'd put everyone to shame. You know what I'm saying? When I start dancing.
He's right, yeah. I've got the moves.
Big up Martin as well. I hope you get him back, mate.
Yeah. Big up, Martin. I know you've been for quite a bit, mate. And big up to you for sort of. I know, you know, especially for you as well. What you got to do, obviously, with your family as well, man. I know it's not always easy at the moment, but big up to you for still doing content despite obviously everything. Honestly, I think you're a shining light in our community, especially right now when it's been so up and down in the fan base. Honestly, big up to you and to obviously everyone in your community and also everyone else who supports everyone to get better. It's been a tough season, but let's not actually lose who we are, man. Come on, like it isn't us. Like it's football. You win some, you lose some. Things happen, but what we want to do, what we all want at the end of the day is best for our club, best for us to get better, and we will do. We will do. But you know, until then, just chill out, relax. You know, it's what it is. Go again on Saturday. Another game to look forward to. Hope we get the win. Yeah, I sort of like that. Big up. Let me know what was going to do that, Martin. I'll sort of get a travel sorted out for that. That'll be good. I'll definitely be up.
That is no in advance, so I can obviously sort out child arrangements and stuff.
Yeah, but
get me on. I'll be all over that.
Oh yeah, I'll be over that as well, man. I think everyone will be over. I'll be good to everyone to do that. Mate, honestly, at times, much as we need people who are positive. You are president, and you're the president, mate. But no, honestly, I think at times we do need it. At times, I think the constant negativity at times can just be really just. It makes Twitter at times really just underwhelming and just awful. But when you've got someone being especially like yourself and Tone, Martin, like it's good to have that at times because you need a bit of a positive spin on it. So,
yeah.
Matt, oh god, that trend, man.
People just need to be off their phones for the best, especially like on the match stage. You know what I mean? Like, they're constantly like on their phone, even at the ground. Sometimes you look around like most. It's not
people
even half
GoPros, man.
It's not even half time. Just on tweets. I'm like tweeting, and I'm like, bro.
Some people just need to touch grass, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Setting up GoPros in the stadium, recording the full 90 minutes. Like,
do you know what I do? Right, I go to a game. Put phone away, watch the game. I'm off my phone most of the time anyway. It's at the stadium. Because I'm not watching the game.
I remember like on the FA Cup, like when we played it in the FA Cup, there was a guy, just behind me. He was listening to a beat.
Yeah, big up, mate. I'll see you soon. All right, take care, man. Big up, man.
Yeah.
Big up, Bevel, man. I'll text you later, Bevel.
In a bit, bro.
The guy was watching the game, and at the same time, he had his AirPods on to listen to OB watch along. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I saw it. It's a Periscope. Periscope. If I'm going to a game, right, I get a picture of myself, a picture of the ground because I've got a record of it, and after that, I'm done. Nothing else because
I've got to rate the loyalty for LV's channel there, though, man. This he's at the game and he's listening to LV's watch along. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's mad. It's
Big up,
mad.
Martin. After this stream, guys, head to Twitter and join the space and get involved, man. Honestly, it's a good space. I haven't been there for a while.
Is it the space now? Is it
I
today?
guess it will be. So we'll end the stream now, just so everyone can go over there. If you want to go over there and chat.
Yeah,
chat
go on. All right. Cheers, man. Cheers, look. Nice one, Steve.
Yeah,
Take care.
That's cool. Take care, man. Come on, man. Take care.
Safe.
Yeah. So, no, but big up Mateus for coming on. Say, I wasn't actually expecting to come on, but big up to him. Yeah, he's often on Patrick's channel. That's where I first met him, actually. So, no, really good guy, really down to earth, and sort of knows his stuff. But well, Joe, we'll end it now anyway. But Steve, big up, Matt, coming on as always. Legend, honestly, you're a shining light as we all know, in the community. Gets a bit up and down right now, but your positivity and your experiences as a football fan and your own opinions are refreshing, and we need more of yourself, Jacob, Danny. We need more people like that in the community. We do, because everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's got their own opinion, and it should be afraid to say as it is. But we shouldn't be abusive of each other anyway, and that's how it should be. But we'll obviously have you on again soon, mate. At some point, obviously down the line, when probably toward the end of the season, probably we'll sort something out and get you on again, get everyone on again for a good old chat anyway. But until then, everyone in the chat, big up to you all tuning in, commenting away. Over 2.25 hour stream, so long one tonight for everyone.
Massive big up to yourself, though, Luke, bro. You know, you've got a great channel over here. I love what you do over here, man. I'm always tuning in when I'm not on there. I like to tune into you and get involved in your chat and that. Big up for having me on, man. I really appreciate it, my bro.
Well, bro, a big up to you as well for being very supportive. I know you're often in a lot of channels. Big up to you as well. Hopefully, I'll see you at some point in the future, mate. Obviously, in person. We could I should probably meet you over a game or some point. I'm sure I'll see you at some point. I might go to a game this season, depending on when I can. Life's a bit random at times. Yeah, it is with football and your own life at times. But I'll be up there at some point. So,
well, if you're ever down here and that, bro, give me a shout, man. You got my DMs there.
Yeah. I'll DM you or send me a number.
Sure,
I'm sort something out. Don't worry, man. To everyone in the chat,
big up the chat as well. Yeah, big up the chat.
Big up Andrew. Big up Doxon. Big up everyone for tuning in. Obviously, for Martin's channel as well. And I'll see you guys. Give another stream soon. So, everyone, have a good evening.
Respect, man.
See you guys.